Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful show here. Now, I gotta say this clearly. I saw most of Raw yesterday. Was not good. I was not fond of seeing Keith Lee come out wearing very baggy pants that makes him look like he's wearing a dress or skirt. Coming out to new music that sucked. Seeing that looks like the Riot Squad with Bianca Belair is going up against the Iconics and Zelina Vega for who knows how many weeks. There's a good possibility that could happen because that happened with, remember, Sasha and Bayley went through that against the Riot Squad. Wouldn't it be interesting if they do it again? This time with Bianca Belair and the Riot Squad versus the Iconics and Zelina Vega. Seeing all that turned my ass off. It's one of the reasons why I don't do Raw or SmackDown reviews. It has to be something really dramatic to piss me off enough to say anything like I'm saying it now. But when you see this Impact, and I'm not saying it was the most greatest Impact, it was not. The sound when it came to the mic for Eddie as well as Eli was bad. Also when it came to commentary, even the sound seemed to be off. But even with all that, this was a good show. It wasn't a spectacular show, but it was a good show that you could easily enjoy way more than Raw ever could. Now, Eddie versus RVD in the opening of the show with Katie Forbes for the Impact Championship. I don't know why they do this. Why couldn't it have been in the middle of the show? Why? Why it had to be the opening of the show? That's what the exhibition is. Don't do that. Please, Impact. Why? If anyone says this is good, it's not. Once in a long while, maybe once a year, that can be alright. Maybe twice. But every couple of weeks or every few months, that the title opens the show is wrong. Now, this really didn't get very far. It was quite short. And in the end, Eddie wins. But supposedly, Sami Callihan was in the head of Katie Forbes, as well as for RVD, because we get him, and I'm talking about Sami Callihan, pretty much saying, you ruined my chance to get that title. I'm going to make you suffer for it. Next week, I'm going to be in the middle of the ring. You better come out here because I'll be waiting for you. I'm going to kick your ass. He's in my face again. Guys, I hate, and I repeat this again, hate how Impact has treated Sami Callihan. I know at least one of my subscribers does not consider Sami Callihan as a main event player. Guys, when you don't have many people left, and when someone makes a mark, they become a main event player. He is a main event player. And with so few people there, either because of the virus being there, or because they just don't push anyone, because either they don't sign them, they let them just be shown, but then they don't, well, one, they don't sign the right people. Two, they do sign the right people, but then they don't sponsor them. Three, they sign the right people, or they sponsor them, but they don't give them great storylines. And four, they let people from the outside be seen, but then either they don't sign them, or they go away. That's how Impact has been. And seeing Sami makes me angry. Flat out, that's the end of it. That's all I'm going to say. Now, Rhino has made it very clear he wants Reno Scum. And he's going to make a dent in their heads next week. Because he's having a match with them and he wants the Heath by his side. He's saying, give me Heath. Heath had his moment giving a hashtag, bring Heath in or something. I can't remember what the hashtag is. It's in my face. This is hopefully the end of this, because they need to do something with Heath Slater. Now, I know people are not too bad about this, and this is probably not going to end. I wish it would end, because I really don't want to have Heath Slater or the Heath be like this for too long. They need to do something special with him and something different. He has charisma. He can go all right in the ring. He has good chemistry with Rhino. And people like them both. So they should do something special with him. Something. And I'm hoping they will. But if they treat him like the WWE does, what was the point? I want him to work and I want him to have money for his actual kids, but come on. Now, let's get this over with. They're in my face, locker room talk with the Rascals. Which, you wonder where they're going to go with this. They show Ace as well as Madman Fulton, and pretty much you got the lovely Madison Rayne rubbing it in their faces. Hey, you got beat by the Good Brothers. What are you going to do now? And now you may have a conflict between them and the Rascals. They're in my face. I gotta say this, I'm not interested in the Rascals because their gimmick sucks. I'm sorry, it just sucks. I'm not interested. Now, having the Good Brothers still deal with Ace and Madman Fulton will not be a surprise. But they need to do something interesting. They need to do a twist. The question is going to be, will they make one? I don't know. You guys tell me below. Do you believe that the Good Brothers as well as Madman Fulton and Ace also need a twist in their feud if the feud is still going on? Raju had an interview. Did you see? If you haven't seen it yet, see it. As I said before, Raju has ability. He can talk. And it's not the point that he does the same moves over and over again when he works. I know one of my subscribers said that he's boring because he does the same damn moves. Dude, you know who you are. Every wrestler does the same moves over and over again. And if you're locked in the same character, in the same gimmick, and you're not allowed to do anything, you do those moves a lot more than you usually do. Because the guy has ability. He can do more than those moves. But if you're stuck with the Dempsey Hit Squad for a few years and you're absolutely doing nothing, you're going to do the same moves over and over again. I actually think he should have left Impact a couple of years ago and then come back. Then maybe he would be a little more refreshed. But we got what we got now. The question is going to be, how long is he going to hold the title? I don't know. I'm hoping there'll be something. I'm hoping they'll build him into something, but I just don't see it. And this may not last long. I'm hoping it'll last longer. And they give him something, but you never know. EC3 had a moment of clarity. He does not know how to destroy the TNA title. He remembers the greatest happiness he had 5 years ago. And this is where we get a little bit of the WWE and a little bit of truth. We know Ethan Carter III has been treated so badly. The only time he was really happy is when he was with TNA and had the title. When he worked his ass off to make himself... This is the thing that gets me when it came to the WWE. The guy was considered nothing in NXT. He left. They got rid of him. He went to TNA and he made himself marketable. He goes to NXT. He shows that he made himself marketable and he proved it. And the minute he gets thrown onto the roster, he does nothing. Now he's back to square one in Impact for a year. And he's holding the very title that helped him to become marketable. That's full circle for you right there. The question is going to be, what is he going to do with that title? Now, he did speak very well on Moose, saying, you are exactly the same as me. You can be way more. Now, the question is going to be, where would they go with this feud? If it's a feud at all. Or is it just about EC3 and the title, and either he's going to run with the title or destroy that title? I don't know what they're going to do. He could run with it and then they could destroy it. Or he may run with it, or they may destroy it. I'm not sure which one. My guess is, if I have to take a guess, and I don't want to, they're going to let him run with it and then destroy it. But it's still a question if they even destroy it. I don't even know if they will. Moose may just take it back after beating the crap out of EC3 the next time he sees him. I don't know. Wrestle House. Gotta get there. Gotta do it. I said it. Didn't I say it? There was a triangle of Taya Valkyrie, of Rosemary, and Jonna Bravo. It finally came to a head. Larry or Leonard D basically hit on Rosemary, tried to get her in a very interesting position at dinner. You got Alyssa Edwards trying to tell Rosemary, I see what you're doing, and this is the wrong thing to do. You're hurting Johnny. Johnny being told by Tommy, of all people, go after your girl. He smacks Larry in the face. They go into the ring and Larry destroys him. And now he confesses his feelings in front of Rosemary. He confesses his feelings to Taya, and understand how this all got started because of a toga party. A toga party. It's in my face. A toga party. That's how this was. You now, next week, Rosemary, Taya, winner takes all, including Johnny. This is it. This could be the end of Wrestle House. Because if Taya wins, Wrestle House is probably going to be over. If Rosemary wins, Wrestle House will probably be over. Because you already hear Johnny Bravo has admitted his feelings for Rosemary. The question is going to be, how is this going to end? And will they do it again? Because I know not many people like Wrestle House. But let's be honest, it's been more lively than what the WWE has given us. I'm sorry, it has been. Having fans, or at least someone cheering and booing, even if it's in a very limited form, has been always interesting and more fun. And seeing WWE doing what they did, don't see it. Particularly with Keith Lee. That was bullshit. I'm sorry. Finally, the real... What is the right word for this? What is the right saying? 30 minutes of bliss? I don't know. This is real wrestling for 30 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to use that title. But this was wrestling. Now, I'm going to be honest here. For me personally, because this was an Iron Man match, I didn't expect a lot of high flying. Both these women are not known for high flying. One is known for power. The other one is known for submission. So there's no guarantee they're going to enjoy it. Whoever watches this match, they're going to say either it went way too slow, it was way too grabby, too much grapple wrestling, where is the high flying, where is the high impact? I have a feeling that not everyone's going to enjoy this match. But if you turn your mind off and look past what you love so much about high flying wrestling and high impact, this was actually a very methodical and well thought out match. It wasn't overthought. Both of them have good chemistry. It flowed well. The key of the entire thing was grapple wrestling and joint they're in my face. Joint manipulation was the key here for Deanna Purrazzo messing with Jordynne Grace. She messed her up really well. That was the whole goal of it. To make people want to cheer Jordynne Grace to fight again because she already had a messed up arm because of Purrazzo. Then she goes right back to that, and that was her game plan from the get-go. And the first 10 minutes, nobody won. 15 minutes, nobody won. 20 minutes, nobody won. Around 25 minutes, Jordynne Grace finally did get a win by doing a submission which passed out Purrazzo. She did not take that well. Eventually, she went and got the title after the ref got nailed. And the ref did look at the camera too. That was dumb. He shouldn't have looked at the camera. He should have stayed stunned. That should have happened. But because of how the collision happened, he was stunned supposedly. Purrazzo got the belt. And then she nailed the Jordynne. And she pinned the Jordynne. And then when that was done, she basically put her arm into an armbar again, and within the last few seconds, she finally tapped out, and Purrazzo won. Now, let's make this very clear. Was this a good show? Yes, it was. Was it better than Raw last night? Hell yes. Keith Lee, new music, sucked. Wearing baggy shorts that even is more baggy than Samoa Joe usually wore, sucks. But here, It was good. It wasn't the greatest thing that you've ever seen, but this is a solid show. It was good. Yes, sound was not good. Sound was a major issue. Particularly wanted to hear what Eddie Edwards say and what EY, spoke, saying this is my time. Next week, I'm coming. But in the end, it was good. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.